Tellers, you underquoted or misquoted this job a little bit?
Yes.
What happened, man?
I did. So this truck was dropped off.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to another detailing video. Today we have Ruben with...
Sterling Auto Spa.
What areas are you located?
We're located in Southgate, California.
Yo, what's up? Check out our first video where he's talking about mobile detailing versus detailing shop, the pros and cons.
Yes.
But in this video, he's gonna give you some free knowledge on the polishing process. What are you doing today, man?
Today we have this Chevy Silverado coming in for a one-step paint correction.
There you guys go. So if you're trying to learn more about paint correction, this video is for you. Stick around.
So right now, this paint has a lot of deep scratches, a lot of swirls, but he only paid for a one-step paint correction. But I'm gonna go the extra mile and just do a two-step paint correction for the price of a one-step paint correction.
All right, man. And what tools are you using?
Right now, I'm using my cordless Flex 3-inch polish machine. It's a big truck. Everyone has a preference. Some people like a 5-inch, 6-inch. Personally, I like a 3-inch because I could get in the little details.
And Ruben, I heard on the street, bro, happens to a lot of detailers. You underquoted or misquoted this job a little bit?
Yes.
What happened, man?
I did. So this truck was dropped off yesterday. Yesterday there was clouds, so I couldn't really see the swirls until today when I washed it. It's sunny outside, so we get to see all the imperfections on the paint. But yeah, I did underquote him. But since I give him a price, I gotta go, I gotta keep my word.
Hey, how do you feel about detailers that when they make this mistake, they're like, hey, I have to charge you more? Or do you feel like, no, you gotta stay with your word, you gotta eat it?
Honestly, I like to, if I give them a price, I would like to honor that price. I feel that will go a long way with building a trust with your client.
All right, guys, but let me know. Have you guys ever misquoted by accident? Did you eat it? Did you raise the price? And tell us why in the comments down below. Now, another situation you're in that's very common.
Yes.
You got to finish this by 5 today, Ruben.
Yes, I have to finish. I told the client that I would finish it by 5, and it will be done by 5. It'll be done.
Okay, I don't know, bro. It's a big truck. What's the game plan? What's the process? What's the strategy to make sure you finish?
So, just lock in.
Yeah, be on it.
Lock in, be on it. I might take a break here and there, because my arms do get tired from the vibration of the machine, or I have to use the restroom. But nevertheless, it will be done.
The reason I ask because a lot of detailers, they start stressing out.
Yes.
They start rushing it. And believe it or not, rushing is really counterproductive because now you have to go back,
And do it again. One thing about mobile compared to here is that you don't have the client watching you as you work. That puts more pressure on the detailer compared to here. There's no client. Obviously I have to finish this by today, but I feel less stressed compared to like if I'm mobile, when they could be watching me through the window, or they come out and they just stand and look, It does get a little bit intimidating, but it's part of the game. The hood is the most damaged part of the vehicle, in my opinion. The roof and the hood. The sides, not so much. When they look at the vehicle, that's the first thing that they see, the hood.
Kind of like when you detail, you focus on the steering wheel.
Yes.
Because that's what they're gonna see the most.
Exactly. See, so when I do interior details, I like to sit on the driver's side, and I look at everything that the client would see. Pretend it's my car. Okay, so it's dirty here, it's dirt here, there's dust, and so I started like remembering, okay, let me clean here. Yeah. Basically just clean everything, That's the best way to do it.
All right, Ruben, now it's time for the glaze.
It's time for the glaze. Gotta swap out my my medium cut pad, and I'm gonna slap on a polished pad. It's a little bit softer pad, but I don't want to cut so much. It's gonna be just to give it like an extra gloss. Let's shake it up a little bit.
All right, Ruben, there's a new detailer out there who wants to get into polishing. What's your tip so they could start, man?
Don't be scared and just start. Start off with a DA polish machine. Don't jump into a rotary. Rotary is more for advanced people. If you want to start, stick to a DA. You won't burn the paint.
And of course, don't start promoting it right away.
Correct.
Hit up your mother-in-law or what, bro?
Yes.
Mess up her car?
Practice on your family members' vehicles, on your own vehicle. That way you get an idea of what you're getting yourself into. Just in case if you don't get the results that you want, just do some research and just start. All right. Let's see what kind of results we get. Let me get a towel so you can buff it off.
All right, Ruben, what results are you looking for?
We're looking to remove as much swirls and scratches.
100%? 80%?
Since it is a hood, I want to give it at least like a 70%. That would be the lowest that I want to go. Because the paint was in bad condition, even though when I spoke to the client, he told me that the condition of the paint were fair. But after washing it and prepping it, I started seeing a lot more imperfections than what I was told.
Hey, customers do that, Ruben.
Yeah, man.
It's not that bad, it's not that dirty.
I know to stay away from those interiors. When they say it's not that bad, you best believe it's gonna be bad.
Oh, bro, it's looking good, man.
It's looking good. I still see some deep scratches over here on this side, but we're not going for perfection. We're going to enhance the gloss.
And you know what? That's a good mentality because some detailers, especially the new ones, they think, man, it needs to be like glass or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, perfect.
Yes.
What do you got to tell those detailers, Ruben?
Always try to do your best no matter what. Always try to do your best. Try to go the extra mile. But just value yourself. Value your work, value your time.
And I feel, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that, I mean, you can only take off so much before you do the whole wet sanding and
Correct.
repainting.
Repainting. Sometimes the clear coat might be too thin and it's not recommended to go abrasive because you can remove the clear coat.
That's where that experience comes in?
Experience, and there's also gadgets that like a paint meter gauge that would give us the ratings of every panel.
Hey, how do you know if a scratch is too deep?
For example,
Yeah.
these scratches right here,
Yeah.
extremely deep.
Yeah, I can't even see them, bro. I mean, I see them in person, but
Yeah.
you know, I get you, all right.
Sometimes the light from the inside is a lot different than the light from the sun. A lot of the time, we won't see these scratches outside. Once we bring it in, that's when you can see a lot of imperfections.
All right, Ruben, talking about polishing, paint enhancement. What was your first couple of experiences, man?
My first car that I actually polished,
Yeah.
it was a Lexus, and it was covered in oxidation. So the car was nice, the color was beautiful, but the top parts, like the roof, the top of the trunk, and the hood, had a ton of oxidation. So I saved up my money and I purchased my first polish machine. I watched some videos, I took some classes at Chemical Guys, and bought my products from them, and I just started, I did hands-on. It wasn't my personal vehicle, it was actually a client's car.
You watched a couple of videos,
Yes.
a couple of trainings.
Yes.
Looking back, were you ready, or did you, now looking back, like, man, I should train more?
I believe, it was soon because I just jumped on it. I wanted to take that risk. I liked the challenge, and I was up for it. I did my work, but it took me like 3 days. I'm not gonna lie, 3 days. So I had the client's car for 3 days in my yard.
If you could go back, what would you do differently? Now that you have experience.
I would have wet sand the vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah, I would have. And then I charge really, really cheap. You know, I had the car for 3 days. I didn't charge accordingly. And now looking back, I would have wet sanded the car and then start the paint correction. I think I would have finished maybe like in 2 days compared to like just doing it everything by machine.
And that customer, were they happy? Were they like, you did your best?
He was extremely happy because the paint came dull with a lot of oxidation and it left my house looking brand new. He was happy, but I was tired.
All right, guys, there's some free 99 knowledge. Thank you so much, Ruben.
Yes.
Now, Ruben, somebody wants to follow you, show support, maybe get a detail. Where can they go?
You guys can find me on Instagram under Sterling Auto Spa. You can also find me on YouTube at Sterling Auto Spa.
There you go. All his information is going to be down in the description. And if you like this content, you want to see more detailing content, make sure to like and subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Peace.